Good evening. My name is Maureen Power and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. My main objective is to hopefully remove you from your everyday stresses and to help you to develop your creativity through stamping. I'm a little late this evening. Sometimes when your granddaughter asks you to stay for supper, you can't really let her down. So I'm a little later coming on this evening. Tonight we're doing a sketch card, and here's the sketch. Whoops, I got upside down. Here's the sketch that I'm going to be using to do the card. I'm going to be using Hello from the Everyday Arches, and I'm going to be using this rock here from the Autumn Leaves Trees. I'm using the Cajun Craze ink pad, and I'm using this thread, this ribbon here, but it's expired. Wait, now, is this the one? No, wait, no. I'm using this one here. This is the woven ribbon and is in the beige, a cream actually. But if you wanted something current, you could use the beige. Let's see, what's bordered ribbon. I'm also using the Earthy Matte Dots. The embossing folder is the beautiful patterned embossing folder. Do you see that? Subtle one, but very effective. And I'm using the Cute as a Bug DSP. I don't have a lot of it left, so I can just show you what I do have. So it's that pattern. And then it's this one here with this pattern. And then there's this one with this pattern here. And as far as I know, that's still in stock. So let's get on with the card. So I'm using a card base, which is, these are all the different things, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. So I'm going to use my bone folder. I'll put this up here in the corner. Where's my bone folder? Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to score that. Then for the inside, I have a piece of basic beige cut at 5 1/4 by 4. So let's just put that down on the inside. And I don't put anything on it until I'm ready to use it. Depends then. And what I'm going to do is stamp this rock on the inside of my card. So I'm just going to stamp that down in the corner. I'll leave that open for now because I will be doing something else with that. Then I have another piece that's cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and it was embossed. Do you see that? It's a very subtle embossing, but it makes for a nice card. And I'm not going to use my liquid glue on this because it's so subtle on the back that it's hardly even indented. So let's put that down. The next piece I have is this piece here that's cut at 5 1/8 by 2 3/8. And then I have this piece of DSP that's cut at 5 and 2 1/4. But the first thing I'm going to do with the DSP, I have this piece of ribbon, which I got a cut at 7.5 inches. And I want to put that in the middle. So let's just, oops. So that's in the middle of it. And then I want to put this down. But I am going to take a little bit of Scotch tape and just make sure that the ribbon stays put. So let's just put that here. So it's got a small border around. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals. I'm going to get my big dimensionals for this. And you can do your card whatever way you want when you're doing a sketch. You don't have to go exactly by the sketch itself. You can add things or take away things that are there. I'm not getting these off. Just 1 second. So I'm going to put that a little bit up on my card. So that's so far. I have the bottom piece and I have this piece in here, which I added an extra border, okay, because there was no border on that, but I wanted the extra border. Plus I added a piece of ribbon. Then I have a piece that's cut at 3 3/4, and this is all Cajun Craze, okay? It's cut at 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And a piece of DSP that's cut at 3.5 by 2.5. So I'm going to put this on that. And if you go corner to corner, a lot of times you will get it on there. So now I just want to put a couple of dimensionals because I want the dimensionals to fall here and here. And sometimes if you have edging, you could use the edging. And I'm not going to put anything in the center. I could put a little bit of seal. So now that is going to go right there. And that's this piece. Now I want to deal with this piece here. So I have a piece of beige that's cut at 2 1/8 by 1, and a piece of Cajun Craze 2 1/4 by 1 1/8. So before I do anything else, I want to put the hello. And I'm going to go over to the side a little bit. Okay, there's 2 sides. That's a little slewed. Sometimes when you got a phone in front of your face, it's not as easy. Okay, so now this piece is going to go here. So I'm going to put a bit of glue here. I got some on my desk. And I'm going to put this piece right here. Now, if you ever get a piece that's kind of hung over it, Just take your scissors and on an angle, see how I'm on an angle? Just cut it off and then you don't see it. So this piece is going to go right here. Then I cut out of the DSP this little bee. So what I'm going to do is put a mini dimensional on the balloon. And a bit of seal right there. Didn't. Okay. Still didn't reel that much. Okay, it's on it there now. So I'm just going to put that right here. Here's the same card where I had the bees, or bugs, I should say, on the mushroom. And this one here is just the big mushroom itself. So this is the card. Oh, wait now. Got to put our gems on it. So I'm going to put one big one down here in the corner. Oh, it doesn't look like I have two little ones, so I'll put another big one. Probably here. And maybe this little one right here. Okay, so here's your card for this evening, and here's your layout. So you see, I did the card base and a border. Then I have this piece here, but I added another border and a piece of ribbon. Then I have this piece with the border, this piece with a border, and the bee. So if you're really stumped on occasion and don't know what to make, just go into Pinterest or YouTube and look up card sketches. And usually there's quite a few card sketches that you can use to design a card. So there's our card for this evening. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, I apologize for being late, but sometimes your grandchildren have to come first. Okay, so take care, everyone. And, oh, I should let you know that there's a new sign up in May. If you sign up as a demonstrator in May, starting May 5th, and for the remainder of the month, you can get an extra $50 worth of merchandise. So instead of getting 165, you can get 210. Or you can add the new In Colors stamp pads. So if anybody is interested, reach out to me and I will walk you through that. Other than that, the new catalogs are going live on May 5th. So if you want a hard copy of the catalog, reach out to me. Bear in mind, there's always things online that are not in the catalogs. And we are not having any more mini catalogs. There will be 4 catalogs or 3 catalogs throughout the year from now on. So the first one is May to September, I believe, or maybe it's July. Anyway, so reach out to me if you need a catalog, and I will certainly make sure you get one. Take care, everyone. Have a great evening.